Warning. This episode of the Karma Files, Paranormal and Unexplained may not be suitable for young ears. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to the Karma Files, true stories of the paranormal and unexplained. Let me introduce myself. I'm Melissa. I'm an adoptee who grew up seeing, hearing, and feeling spirits. I thought I was the only one, and I was terrified. When I grew older, I discovered that my biological relatives were sensitive to spirits as well. Have you ever had the feeling you're being watched? Heard voices or been touched when no one is there? Have you ever seen objects move on their own accord? Have you had loved ones that have passed try to contact you to give messages to their loved ones from the other side? No? I have. Welcome to another episode of the Karma Files. This is my personal nightmare. Location: Riverbank, California. Time: November 2007. As Christmas approached, I found myself struggling to find unique gifts for my children. That year, dog tags had become very popular with teenagers, so I got an idea to go on eBay and search for dog tags as gifts. When I typed in dog tags in the search line, hundreds of different options were available. As I scrolled through, there were many shapes, sizes, and colors to choose from. It became overwhelming looking at all the choices. As I kept scrolling, I noticed a unique offering. Someone was selling authentic dog tags that were found in Vietnam. The seller had many to choose from, and I didn't question how the seller had acquired these tags. The description described that he had bought them in a store in Vietnam and brought them all back to the United States. He said he was unable to find their rightful owners. I felt a little odd about buying them. As I looked through the page, I found tags that had my children's name in the name of the soldier. The one I gave my daughter had her first name as the soldier's last name. It was Haley, spelled exactly the same as she spelled her name. I had an odd feeling about buying these dog tags, but quickly dismissed my feelings and ordered them anyway, not thinking about what could be attached to them or what I could be conjuring up by bringing them into my home. When I received the dog tags in the mail, I was excited. I had found the perfect, unique gift for my children, and I could not wait for them to open their gifts Christmas morning. My excitement grew as my children opened their gifts that morning, and I was elated to see their faces as they saw the authentic dog tags with their names on it.
Wow, I love it!
The gifts appeared to be a success. My daughter wore the tags proudly a few times after she received them. She said she could feel their energy, as my daughter is sensitive to such things. But soon after, she came to me and asked me if I had seen the tags. When I said no, she looked puzzled. She then informed me that she could not find the tags anywhere, even though she had searched her room thoroughly. I reassured her that she would find them and went about my day. A few weeks later, my daughter was elated to find the dog tags in a jewelry box in her room. The odd thing was, she said that is not where she left them, but we just wrote it off as coincidence and didn't think any more about it. A couple of weeks later, my daughter came to me once more, confessing that again, she could not find the tags, even though she remembered exactly where she had placed them. At this point, I was getting a little frustrated with her, as I felt this was an important gift and one that should be respected and taken care of. But it seemed that she was being careless with them by losing them a second time. I expressed my disappointment with her at misplacing them again, and I could tell she too was disappointed that they were missing. That night, as my daughter slept in her room, something awakened her. As she looked around the space, she saw a dark figure standing in the corner. It appeared to be the silhouette of a grown man. She sensed it was the soldier who owned the dog tags. He did not frighten her, but she said he was wondering who she was and why she had his tags. She said she could feel his story. He felt lost due to his sudden and tragic death. The soldier telepathically told her that his body was not recovered, and he was not able to come home. He had no closure. My daughter is an empath, and she said that he impressed his feelings and emotions upon her, and she could feel everything that he was feeling. My daughter was able to finally fall back asleep. In the morning, when she awoke, the missing dog tags were laying on her dresser. She was in disbelief. When she came out for breakfast, she told me what had happened that night, that she had seen the soldier and what he had impressed upon her. At this point, I felt remorse and regret for buying the dog tags and desperately searched for this soldier's family so that I could at least return his tags and maybe give him some peace. But I was unable to find his family. This pattern of disappearing and reappearing has happened multiple times over the last 16 years since we received the tags. At this time, the tags are missing again. I would not be surprised if they randomly showed up once more after recalling this story. I hope they do, as I would love to try and find Mr. Haley's family once more to return the tags. At the time of this recording, it is Memorial Day. This is the day we pay homage to all those who didn't come home. This is not Veterans Day. It is not a celebration. It is a day of solemn contemplation over the cost of freedom. And I salute you for your service, Private Haley. As always, take what you need for your daydreams and leave what you don't for your nightmares. Sweet dreams. At times, my life can seem like the scariest of nightmares. Believer or skeptic, I know the veil is thin between us and those on the other side. Do you experience the paranormal? If you don't, maybe you're the ghost. This was a full moon bonus episode of the Mind Your Own Karma podcast called The Karma Files. If you enjoyed being terrified by my story, please haunt my DMs on Instagram or Facebook to let me know that you're dying for more. Do you have a ghost story to tell? You can send me your short story at mindyourownkarma@gmail.com. And if it gives me the chills, it may be featured on a future full moon episode. I'd like to personally welcome you to my nightmares. I think you're going to like it here.